loneliness and being alone. To understand the difference between loneliness and being alone, one must first look at the difference between a prison and a sanctuary. Though both may be quiet and confined, the internal experience of the person inside is worlds apart. Loneliness is a state of deprivation, whereas being alone, solitude, is a state of abundance. The weight of loneliness is a profound sense of missingness. It is the emotional equivalent of physical hunger, a signal from our biology that our social needs are not being met. The subjective experience. You do not need to be physically isolated to feel lonely. Many people experience their most acute loneliness within a crowd or a failing relationship. This occurs when there is a lack of felt connection, the sense that your internal world is being seen and mirrored by another. The biological stress. Chronic loneliness triggers a fight or flight response because humans evolved as social creatures who relied on the tribe for protection. Being cast out or disconnected feels life-threatening to our nervous system. This results in higher blood pressure and a weakened immune system. The cognitive trap. Loneliness can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. It makes us hypersensitive to social threats, causing us to overanalyze a friend's silence or a stranger's look, which often leads us to withdraw further to avoid potential rejection. The power of solitude, being alone, or solitude, is the voluntary practice of being with oneself. It is not characterized by the absence of others, but by the presence of the self, a space for integration. In solitude, we stop reacting to the world and start processing it. It is the time when our experiences are woven into our identity. Creative incubation. Many of the world's greatest ideas were born in the silence of being alone, without the noise of other people's expectations. The mind is free to wander into uncharted territory. The joy of autonomy. Being alone allows for a pure form of freedom, deciding what to eat, where to walk, or how long to stare at a painting without needing to negotiate with a partner or friend. The bridge. Meditation as a tool, the most effective way to transform the pain of loneliness into the peace of solitude is through meditation. Meditation changes our relationship with our own mind, making it a friendlier place to inhabit. How meditation helps. Meditation teaches teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings without being consumed by them. When we feel lonely, the feeling is often accompanied by a narrative, e.g., I am unlovable, or I will always be alone. Meditation allows us to see these as merely passing thoughts rather than absolute truths. The shift from me to being in deep meditation, the boundary between the self and the world begins to soften. You realize that even when you are physically alone, you are part of a vast, interconnected web of existence. This realization is the ultimate cure for existential loneliness. A simple practice for loneliness, if the silence of being alone feels heavy, try a loving kindness metta meditation. Sit quietly and direct thoughts of safety, health, and peace first to yourself, then to people you love, and finally to all beings. This practice biologically stimulates the same systems of warmth and connection that a physical hug does, reducing the sting of isolation. Moving forward, learning to be alone is perhaps the most important skill a human can acquire. If you are comfortable in your own company, you will never be truly desperate for the company of others. You will choose your friends and partners based on the value they add to your life, rather than using them as a shield against the fear of being by yourself.